You don't need everyone's approval, just God's. You do not need everyone's approval, just God's. Did God tell you to do something and you're running that idea by everyone and everybody just to see if they think that that's a good idea too? If that's you, my friends, I'm going to ask you to stop. Stop running your ideas, your God-given ideas, by everyone and everybody for approval. God gave that idea to you. And I'm going to tell you something. 9 times out of 10, whatever God has asked you to do, it will not make sense to everybody else. It will not. It will resonate with you. You will be able to, your spirit will be able to align with what God has told you to do, but the masses may not understand it. And so that's why it's so important to not seek validation from others, especially when it's a God thing. Because guess what? With the best intentions, those people that you're seeking validations from can derail what God is trying to tell you to do, can derail God's purpose for you. You don't know where that idea is going to take you. And what ends up happening, and I don't know that all of us know the root of this, but we get an idea, we believe it's from the Holy Spirit. That thing is always going to resonate with your spirit first. When God gives us something, first of all, it's always going to confirm something in us that he already planted, and it's going to make sense to us almost always. Sometimes what God asks us to do is kind of astronomical. It's kind of like, was that you, God? And then we have to go get counseling or Christian counsel just to be sure that we are on the right track. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when God gives you something and you know that it's from the Lord. And instead of you acting on it, what you do is you go seek validation. You go seek approval from those that you care about and that you love. And what ends up happening when we do that is that we derail the process of which God is trying to take us. We prolong the process in which God is trying to use and have invited all these people that God did not invite into this idea. That's the truth. He gave it to you. If he wanted to give it to you and a few others, he could have very well done that. But the Lord gave you that idea, right? And so what we don't realize is that seeking validation and seeking approval from here, there, and everywhere, Tom, Sally, Joe, whoever it is in your life, when we do that, we don't realize that the root of that is people pleasing. We're not secure in ourselves. We're not secure in God and trusting that God gave you something that you can run with. It's hard to hear, but it's the truth. Imagine this. Imagine if Noah ran it by everybody. Everybody's familiar with Noah's Ark. If you're not, please comment below and I'm happy to share it. But if Noah went all around town to say, I believe that God is telling me to build an ark. I believe that God is telling me to build an ark. And build an ark for what? Can you imagine how many people could have deterred him from building that ark? And as you guys know, God gave specific instructions. He gave down to the wood, what kind of wood he wanted, diameters, like everything was so specific. He followed up with how many, the species, two of the lions, 2 of the horses. Like God was so intricate. Noah did not waste time asking his parents for validation, asking his cousins for validations, his friends, none of that. He got to work. And what ended up happening? The people didn't even know what rain was. But because of his obedience, he was able to save mankind. He was able to save the animals, save all the creations that God had already established. So guys, I know, that may sound extreme to you guys, but it's not. It really isn't. When God gives us something to do, it's not the time to seek validation. You don't need anyone's approval but God's. You need to confirm that it was him. And once God gives confirmation, because God doesn't mind doing that, if we're not sure, we should always go back to the Lord. If you're really, really not sure, you can go to your leaders for assistance in what you believe you are hearing from God. But to go to the masses and just delay the thing that God has given you to do, I'm going to ask that you guys refrain from that. And if you are doing it, stop and get to work. I pray that this resonates with one of you. I really, really hope that this helps You stay on course and get started doing what you have to do for God. We are in March. I feel like last week we said, Happy New Year. Like, time is not waiting, guys. So if you have something that the Lord has put on your heart and that he wants you to bring to light, please don't hesitate. Act on it. Go to him for confirmation, only him for confirmation. And know, even if the world says this is a crazy idea, even if the world believes that she lost it this time, it doesn't matter. Your validation comes from God. It comes from the Holy Spirit. And with him, you can't go wrong. All right, friends, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Tamara House. You've joined House of Tamara. If you liked my message today, to God be the glory. Comment below and let me know how much it resonated with you. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye.